Hi, I'm Alicia Prowse. I'm from the Centre for Excellence in Learning and Teaching. So the workshop we did was based around the ideas of global citizenship, and the workshop was a way of just allowing people to explore some of the concepts, some of the terminology, some of the way people work with definitions, because it's a really contested term. Some people really like it, some people find it quite problematic. But I think there is a growing sense that universities need to look at their curricula and at what their students end up doing as global graduates. But the central ideas of global citizenship really focus on some kind of agency or activity, some kind of action that people take. And if you look at the curriculum, and there's been a lot of talk in universities over the past few years about internationalising curricula, which is a way really of looking at the curriculum and saying, well, it's not just about getting international students here, it's about looking at all our students and considering that they're all potentially international as our staff. And that if we start looking at curricula in those terms, we begin to see that we could consider centering them on global problems such as inequality, conflict, sustainability, food production, and so on. And then if we start looking at the way that our curricula work to help our graduates solve those problems, it gives us a slightly different focus, really. So instead of being all about production of knowledge and communication of knowledge, it becomes a little bit more focused on what you do with that knowledge when you finish. So, for instance, you might consider looking at the curriculum that produces an engineer or an agriculturalist or a physicist or an ecologist, a philosopher, a sociologist. And actually, if you start to consider how perhaps they might work together, you get into the whole idea of cross-disciplinary working, but you also alter that focus from a focus on what you know to what you can do with what you know. So really, I think sometimes working with concepts like global citizenship can help staff to rethink the focus of the curriculum, not necessarily the individual elements, but the way that it actually fits together for a student and what that means in an increasingly globalised world.